Lavine against Paul. The drive, the kick. Coby White drives it. Oh, the
dunk it! Dunk it, Coby White! Get up or get out the way!
Watch this.
Wemby! Don't give me a poster, but I've got my poster machine. We sold it at Aldi's. Oh, Lord!
I tweeted during the third quarter when the Spurs were just playing some incredible basketball and some insane alley-oops, rejections at the rim, mainly from Wembanyama, but I tweeted, I'm surprised the Spurs aren't actually trying to throw this game. I know they're playing better than expected this season, they actually have a shot to make the playoffs out west, but losing to the Bulls for the second time this season, a team that owes you their pick if it falls outside of the top 10, a team that's kind of hovering on the cusp of potentially handing you that pick, like it might behoove you to throw this game and give yourself an even better chance at keeping it. And once you know it, the Bulls came back after being down 19 points with some insane performances from Coby White and Zach Lavine, and they win the game. Now, to the Bulls' credit, the Spurs were clearly trying to win this game. It wasn't like they were mysteriously trying to sit all their guys and try to end up throwing this game. The Bulls just played incredibly well down the stretch, much more focused on defense. They distributed the ball better without making silly turnovers, and oddly enough, they actually attacked the basket, something they were afraid to do all night, which, can you really blame them? Every team is afraid to go inside when they're going up against the best defender in the league, but attacking the paint, using the pick and roll to throw Wemby off his game, and just pushing the ball and getting quickly downhill in transition before the Spurs could really get their defense set is what turned things around for the Bulls in the fourth quarter when they outscored the Spurs 32-15 in that frame alone. What a game, peak level entertainment. Before I continue on with the video though, a big shout out to our sponsors over at Prize Picks. Prize Picks is the best place to get real money sports action with player props. They've made daily fantasy sports accessible to all, whether you're a passive fan or you're a diehard. You just pick more or less on at least 2 players for a shot to win up to 1,000 times your cash. With basketball season heating up into the new year, Prize Picks is the best place to get real money sports action while you follow along watching the game. For me, Prize Picks really makes the game that much more fun. And what I really appreciate is that Prize Picks puts their members first. All withdrawals are fast, safe, and secure. When my picks hit, I get my money in as quick as 15 minutes. None of this waiting 3 to 5 business days nonsense. So make your picks in seconds and turn your sports opinions into real money all season long on Prize Picks. So download the app today and use the code BULLCENTRAL to get $50 instantly after you play your first $5 lineup. What's crazy is you don't even need to win to receive the $50. It is guaranteed no matter what. Again, use the promo code BULLCENTRAL. Prize Picks, run your game. Honestly, and I know I said this on Twitter, but I know not everyone who watches the channel has Twitter, but this was probably the funnest Bulls game of the season to watch because, first of all, Victor Wembanyama is just ridiculous. The stuff that he does, handles the ball like a guard, can shoot it from distance, but also put the ball on the ground and slash the basket, throw down some wicked lobs off of pick and rolls. I mean, there is a reason people call him the future face of the league because he just is that good and insanely fun to watch. So that in and of itself made this game highly entertaining, even if it was a player on the opposing team. Some of the rejections too, my God, 8 blocks in this game from Wemby, that is just ridiculous. But then also for the Bulls, while it was sloppy at times, especially in the first half where the Bulls were shooting the ball so poorly, but outside of that great comeback down 19 points, it was a fast-paced game, as often as it is with the Bulls, but a lot of steals and running the floor in transition for some great dunks or lobs, kick-out threes that got the Bulls back into the game, and then of course, that dunk from Coby White, where he throws it down on Victor Wembanyama, which is so rare to do in the NBA, but also the magnitude of the dunk. Late game situation, Bulls are up 1, less than a minute to go to put themselves up 3 and completely take the life out of the Spurs, realizing they just blew this game. That has to be the highlight of the year for the Bulls thus far. Like, it's one thing you dunk on Wemby, and it's at the beginning of the game or it's a blowout, still incredible, but it just hits different when the stakes are higher like that at the end of the game. It also, for some reason, is just more coming from Coby White, and it's really because we just don't see Coby dunking that often. Like, if this was Zach Lavine or maybe Vucevic who threw it down, it still would have been amazing, but seeing Coby rise up like that to seal the game was next level. Coby had a great game, by the way. Much more methodical and calculated where he took his shots. Shot selection was more on point. He was attacking the basket more in the second half. Again, he had that go-ahead scoop shot that went high off the glass to give the Bulls their first lead, and then obviously the throwdown on Wemby. Probably the clutchest game for Coby in his career to bring the Bulls back like that. He finished the game with 23 points on 9 for 18 shooting, 3 for 6 from 3, 4 assists, 4 steals. And I talked about this before, but Coby, his steal percentage this season has been the best we've seen in his career. He finishes the game a +7 on the night. Zach Lavine, he was on one as well towards the end of that game, scoring at all levels, doing it all from crashing the boards, making great passes to cutters, just making the right plays in general. Nearly a triple-double, 35 points, 13 for 25 overall, 3 for 6 from 3. I actually like that Zach got his points not shooting so many threes. I mean, he scored inside, got to the foul line, but 35 points to go along with 10 rebounds and 8 assists, and he also finished with a team-high +13. Our team is calling yet or what? Deadline is a month away from today, actually. Come on, GMs. This guy can help a contending team. Oh, and did you see Zach putting Wemby on skates too with that step-back 3? Come on now, some team has to want him regardless of the contract. Anyway, Nikola Vucevic, I actually expected Vuce to have a terrible game tonight. I mean, we know he doesn't do very well against strong defensive centers. Now you're talking the best in the league and a player that also is going to eat you up on offense. Now, it wasn't the best game for Vuce, especially in the first quarter when he was just bricking everything, but he played better than I expected. He did not shoot the 3-ball well, however, one of them that he did make was a clutch 3 late in the game when the Bulls were on that comeback run, and then he definitely took advantage whenever Wembanyama was out and used that as an opportunity to score inside. 24 points, 11 rebounds, 3 assists. Pretty standard stat line for Vucevic based on what we've seen this season. Patrick Williams hit some threes. At least he's been consistent with that. Another missed dunk for Pat tonight. It was a putback dunk though, so a little tougher to throw down, but it's actually just insane how many dunks he's missed so far this season. Not the best night for Josh Giddey either. 3 for 12, 6 points, 3 assists, 7 rebounds. He did have a couple nice defensive plays in the fourth quarter that helped the Bulls find some energy for that closing run, but Billy Donovan did once again opt for Lonzo to close this one out. And Lonzo, even though the stat line is never going to jump out at you, it was his impact on the defensive end and getting some key stops for the Bulls. Another 3 steals for him and only played 24 minutes. Crazy that he leads this team in steals per game despite coming off the bench and being on a minutes restriction this whole season. You know what's crazy is the Bulls got up 102 shots in this game, but only took 39 threes, the second straight game where they took under 40 threes. They haven't just been jacking up threes trying to win in a shootout, and it's paid off for them so far more recently. What's also crazy is I'm looking at the Bulls' schedule for the rest of this month. They've got the Wizards, the Pelicans, Hornets, and Blazers all in the next couple weeks. It's not going to be good for the tank. There is a real possibility the Bulls find themselves around 500 before they head out on their West Coast trip, which, by the way, I will be at the game against the Warriors on the 23rd. Hit me up if any of you will actually be there. Anyway, guys, let me know what you thought of this game. As always, be sure to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.